Hello again, my friends. Today we are gonna explore and talk about inspiration. How we get inspiration. Here we are with my friend Alan again.
Hello.
And you know already he's a musician. I'm a artist, oil painter or drawer. And yeah, we wanna talk about this because this is a thing that many artists sometimes get blocked or don't know how to manage it, but we want to talk about it. And I want to ask you, Alan, what's your source of inspiration, or how do you get inspired?
Okay, you're gonna say something weird for me, against me maybe a little bit. Most of the time, the inspiration that I get is like most of the songs that I have uploaded and that I have is because I had like a broken heart. So most of the songs that I make come related to love. Like I don't know why all the time. I don't know why when someone breaks my heart or whatever, everything comes easily, like really easy. I don't know if it's maybe that my way of taking the pain out is through music, like saying, okay, I need to grab a guitar then and take everything that I have, like all the emotion that I have. But every time that happens, like I just grab a guitar and immediately goes out and out and out. Like in the last month, it has happened, and I have made like 7 songs in 2 days or something like that. So it's insane. It just goes out. It's bad that it's like a broken heart. Sometimes it could also be like being in love or something like that. But most of the time, it's related to love.
To love.
So Also, it's not only that it's love. Sometimes it could be emotions that I have at the moment, like anger. I made a song once. I think it was great. That I was really angry with my boss.
Okay.
But I couldn't like get it out. I could not go and yell and tell the boss, "You're a You cannot go and say that. You cannot go and say like, "I think you're because of this, blah blah." But I can make it in a song.
Was it like a punk song or something?
Yeah, a little bit.
Really?
Apart from having my folk project, I have a grunge band, grunge, rock, punk, whatever.
Okay.
And it's actually like there's a moment where it's like 3 voices in the chorus, and one is like saying like a punk song.
Yeah.
And it's
But like oi punk, have you heard oi punk?
Oi?
Oi punk, yeah, the one
No.
that is like.
No. No, that song is more like
Or happy punk.
no, it's more like Nirvana, which I think is not really punk. It's like
Oh yeah, it's
like grunge, rock.
Yeah.
There's right now a band that I love that is called Idols.
Idols.
You should check them out if you have not. They're like punk.
Okay.
Because it's like against the government and against like criticism against the society and all that.
Okay.
And that song, like the one that I made, is also again like the pressure that everyone wants to put in you. Like you should be doing this, you should be rich, you should have a car right now, you should have a house right now, you should have this, you should have this, you should have a proper job. Look at your brother, blah blah blah.
Oh,
So that song is about, and then the boss saying like, you should like trust me and you should do whatever. Like the phrase in Mexico that is like you should wear the T-shirt of the company. Ponte la camiseta. It's like, come on, like pay me and then I can put the shirt on or whatever. So yeah, like most of the times it's the emotion that I have. So it's not that I like sometimes it's not that I want to make a song about a person that I don't know that lost his dog or whatever. It's not like that. It's just like what I feel right now is what I'm gonna write. It's what I'm gonna take out. So that's most of the time my inspiration.
Now that you're saying this, because I was thinking the other day about this, grunge is like the precursor of emo music, don't you think?
Yeah. Well, it's like 10 years in between.
Okay.
But I think, yeah, it's not.
Because I used to love grunge, but yeah, it's really like more poetical, let's say, but it's also really like a lot of feeling.
Yeah, I think actually more the precursor of emo could be happy punk, because it came like Blink-182 and Simple Plan and all that. And they started to become like teenager. Sad. Yeah. And like, the thing is, those bands where the target was like teenagers, and teenagers is emotions, you know, like
Yeah.
they cannot control emotion. It's the first time you get heartbroken, or the first time you get in a really big fight with your parents or whatever, and you think that you are not understood,
Yeah.
and those songs will become that. So I think it's more like that. Grunge could be also, but because of the screams,
Yeah.
but there could be so many ways in which we could reach to the emo.
Yeah. And well, you're saying you get your inspiration through sad moments, let's say, right?
Yeah, well, hard emotions, let's say.
Okay, hard emotions. But how do you start like producing a song? Or well, you're sad and you take your guitar, but what you do or
Okay, so most of the time it could be two ways. Usually I use this way, which is I grab my guitar, I just like start playing it. First, you just do like the music or whatever, however you want to call it, and then I start mumbling things, like saying something that it doesn't make sense. Sometimes, like my mind speeds phrases that make sense, and I'm like, oh, this is a good one, and then I start writing it. But sometimes it could be like something like doesn't make any sense, like window
like,
or door, like something really stupid.
okay, yeah.
Like
that's
I
good.
wanna open, and then it's like I don't know, really stupid things. Like it doesn't make any sense.
I used to try to rap with a friend in the in the car, but the rap was about what we saw in
Like
the
in the
streets.
yeah.
And it was like, oh, the window, blah blah. But well, I think
I think it's a good exercise actually.
yeah. Because actually, rap it's really hard to
Yeah. To like
to
create
get the flow. But so you get to the point where you get to the flow, and suddenly you are like, oh, I just said something amazing.
Yeah, it starts to come immediately. And you're like, wow, I just made
Yeah.
a great rhythm. Or I mean, yeah, like yes, I forgot the word. But yeah, never mind. So yeah, that's how I do it. First I do that, I start mumbling, and then once I have everything, like I have the melody, which is the thing that I'm mumbling. It's like, okay, now this makes sense. Like everything is done, and now I'm like, okay, now I need to write the lyrics. And for me, that's the hardest part. Sometimes I struggle. Sometimes it comes immediately, and it's like really good. It just comes, and it's like, wow, I just made a great song. But sometimes I struggle a little bit. So sometimes I could just leave it there, and maybe an hour after or the day after, it's like, ooh, maybe a phrase came. Or I just keep thinking about it, and then I start like playing the guitar. Sometimes when I already have the lyrics, again, I grab the guitar and maybe I do some changes of the lyrics that I made or of the guitar, like maybe these, because of this lyric, I could do this change in the guitar or whatever.
Okay.
And sometimes I'm gonna quote a lot in this podcast, Jack White, the musician.
Okay.
I think it was in the movie It Might Get Loud. If you have not watched it, it's amazing.
I haven't.
It's like Jimmy Page, the musician,
Yeah.
Jack White, and The Edge. I don't know why The Edge is there, the guy from U2, but they're there and they're sharing like experiences, how they make songs. It's like, wow, like Jimmy Page just talking about their experiences, like insane. But Jack White says there that the way he does it is he writes first the lyrics, and then once he have the lyrics, he start putting songs on top, like music on top. And one day I was like, I'm gonna try this. Like this seems interesting, and like everything comes way different. It's like when you change a guitar, it's like, okay, with this guitar I'm more into making rock songs or depressive sounds or whatever. Or you go to the piano, and then the piano you change to the way you're composing. It's exactly the same. Like first you have the lyrics, and then you're trying to fit the music into the lyrics, not the other way around. And that sometimes it's hard, but it's really good because I like also to make myself like challenges in order to create something different.
Yeah, I have. Well, from this that you're saying, I was just thinking about. Well, this is maybe like another experience, but I really trust a lot the flow, no, as they say.
Yeah.
And sometimes when I am editing videos for my YouTube or whatever, I put a song, let's say. But I edit first the video and then I put the song, and the rhythm of the video goes with the song.
Yeah.
And that's, well, I related what you were saying with this, right? So yeah, I think this part of the flow is like, well, it's the best moment, right? To get to it and you start creating. And for me, that's part of how I create stuff, right? I just start throwing paint. I just start scribbling.
Going with the flow.
Yeah, there's some stuff that are more structured. That are like, for example, I don't do this a lot anymore. Before I did, that I sketched what I wanted to paint, but now it's more like I already have an idea and I make maybe like a really bad sketch, but I already know what I want, or I just go straight to the canvas or to the paper to start drawing. And for me that works a lot. I like to. I think it's practice, right? Because I have many years of practice, and the thing is that I go straight to things because I know lots of artists need to draw it, and then
I think everyone has a different way, and like sometimes, like I have friends that are musicians, and they're like, "That's not the way you should do it." Or like for me, I had a band, like it's experimental. You know the band Catabasis. It's experimental stuff, and it's starting. That band started because we were supposed to create a song for an exposition, just a song for an exposition. And then it became improvisation. Improvisation. And one guy was like, yeah, I cannot handle improvisation. I need to be all structured. And I need to be like, okay, from here, we're going to do this and we're going to do this. And he was like, if it's not like that, I'm out. And he quit it. Some people just cannot manage to go with the flow, or they're structured. And that's not wrong. That's just the way they are. But I think everyone, like, it's completely in a different way. For me, some people might kill me for what I'm about to say, but the movie Whiplash, you know
No, I haven't.
It's about a guy that is a drummer, a jazz drummer, and he's improving, but the teacher, or however you want to call it, he's like putting pressure into him so he becomes a better one. For me, that's horrible because they say like you should struggle and you should be like suffering, you should improve until you're better. It's like, no, you're taking the fun out of the music. You're taking the fun. And some people are going to say, but that's the discipline. And for me, it's like, no.
But how come you're saying this if you like to suffer to create music?
No, but it's not suffer in that way.
Okay,
it's not, it's like, because he's a drummer, it's like, try again. It's like,
yeah, like
like try to over discipline that guy.
Yeah, and maybe like structures, right? Like, I heard, I think, recently about jazz, right? When jazz started, everyone was like, no, blah, blah, because it was classical music, and then yeah, something like that.
So yeah, I think I was gonna say something, I forgot. Oh yeah, going back to what you were saying about the flow. Again, Jack White, I love that guy, so I'm gonna say a lot about him. I read, I think it was in a magazine, that he said something that immediately, like I thought about that before, but I didn't have that idea. Mm-hmm. And he said that we are just, like the music is there, the ideas are there on the air, and we're just a vessel, and we're just a tool. It's not that we are using tools. We are just a tool for the ideas to go.
Yeah, that has a name. It's actually called the divine providence.
Wow, I didn't know that has a name.
Yeah, the divine providence is that there's like the ether, well, God or whatever, and you just connect with it, and suddenly you are making a masterpiece.
Exactly. And it's really funny because for me, at least, when I think I make the best songs, it's not when I sit and start like, okay, I'm gonna make a song. It's not when that happens. Most of the songs that I have made is when I'm hungover, that it's like that my brain is disconnected. Like literally disconnected. You're just dead in your bed. Like I just grabbed my guitar, and suddenly, like, because I'm not thinking, because I'm completely dead, just like my brain is smashed, it goes like, it's the thing. And again, going to the Jack White, what he's saying, like, you're the vessel, and he says, as less, I don't know how to say it, I don't know how he said it, but it's the less you interfere in that idea going to the instrument, that's the best thing. And that's why being hungover maybe works better, because I'm not thinking, I'm not interfering much, I'm dead. So I'm just like passing, I'm just playing. When I'm really tired as well, or when you have emotions, like the emotion that I was saying, like heartbroken or whatever, you're just there thinking on the emotion. So you're not thinking, I'm gonna make a song. You're just letting everything out without interfering. So I think that's for me, that's going with the flow, and that's the best thing. You just let it go out instead of like, I'm gonna structure
Forcing,
it. I'm gonna forcing it, which is horrible for me.
Well, you just said that when you're tired, maybe that's because you're in theta waves on your brain. That's a great moment to contact your subconscious, and I think, well, that's a thing that I've been studying right now. And well, and as you were saying, this thing about letting go, I have a saying. Let's say that everyone can be a great artist, but they just have to not be afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah,
Because the thing is that I don't know. I see many people that when you're starting to draw, maybe you're thinking a lot about making everything perfect. But if you didn't think, you will make things even better.
Yeah.
You remember we have a friend that was in university with us, Kuri. We had a class that was drawing, right? And since it was late at night, sometimes we went to the bar that was in front of the school. And one time he came really drunk to the class. But the teacher was really funny because she was from Poland or something. So she had this accent. I don't know how to imitate it. But she was like, oh, it should come more times like this because you're flowing now. You're making things good now, you know?
because maybe he was putting so much pressure and he need to be perfect. And being drunk is like, I don't care.
Yeah, he didn't care. He was flowing. He was just having a good time, maybe, or you know.
Yeah.
Well, it's not the only way to get inspiration, but well, for my friend, and the teacher was like, please come, always like this. And it was funny because you weren't supposed to come to classes like that, right?
Yeah, of course. But that teacher knew that he was improving, so maybe.
Yeah, he was like, yeah. She was like, and it was really funny. But I see this a lot. That I'm not scared, since I have practiced a lot. Maybe I'm not scared to make mistakes in my. Actually, my art is made of something that's called construction and deconstruction of images. That means that I'm like destroying and constructing the image all the time. So
makes sense.
sometimes maybe what I'm drawing or painting seems like it's finished, and I suddenly throw a splatter of paint on top. Right?
That's really cool.
And I like that because
so you're really not afraid to make mistakes.
Yeah, because the thing is that gives it more like how can I say it? Yeah, character and more. Yeah, it has more depth into it, and it's a way of forcing myself to do things better, right? Or to try more, or it's like starting again.
Yeah,
and forcing myself to not be scared and love the outcome and try and make stuff better. So it has been few times that I have think like, oh no, I make a big mistake. No, for example, there's a painting that I think it was really cool, but I was all the time like not comfortable with it.
Yeah, not happy with how it was.
And then I destroyed it. And years after that, I found a photo and I was like, this painting was so beautiful, and I destroyed it. But well, that was one time, and I don't know, I have few times that has happened. But yeah, I think it's a great way of inspiration and to grow, to make these mistakes and try again, not forcing it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I was gonna say that, and maybe that's the way we should close because we want to keep on the limit of the time. But I realized, and this is something that we can leave to the people in art, and I think in life. I'm gonna explain it with an experience. I had a band when I was like 20 years old or something, and we had a song that we really wanted to make. We were creating an album, and we wanted that song to be in that album, but we tried to make that song, and we tried to structure and everything. It it was not working. Like, it was not working. We tried every time that we rehearsed. We were like, okay, let's try this. Didn't work. Let's try this. Didn't work. We tried so many ways. Didn't work. And one day, again, we were all hungover. We were like, oh, this is horrible. We were all tired in the rehearsal. And then suddenly the bass player started playing it. I just tried like drumming just like that. And then everybody started playing. We were like, it's done? Like, finally, after 6 months, we managed to make it.
Wow.
And it was because since we were all dead, finally we were not forcing it.
Yeah.
So I guess the lecture here and the thing that you should leave with is never force, especially art. Well, at least for me. Never force anything in life, but especially art. Just as you said, don't be afraid to like mess it up, to make mistakes, because maybe there's something also that I like saying, that is like nice mistakes. Sometimes like, oh, I made this mistake. Like, I'm playing guitar and suddenly like go to another chord. I'm like, oh, wait, that sounded really cool.
Yeah.
So now you're like this, and
there's like this painter that was Bob Ross, or he said there's so only happy mistakes or something.
Exactly.
Like that, right? Yeah, I think we're gonna be closing, but we're gonna talk in the next episode about creative block.
Yeah.
And I think it relates to this part that it's don't force it.
Exactly.
But there's a perspective that I have there that is gonna be interesting. I'd like you guys to tell us some experiences in the comment section, and well, we'll see you then. Thank you for your time, and bye-bye.
Bye.